All right, hello everyone. I am Betsy with Veryable, based out of Dallas, Texas. Thank you and Rila for the opportunity to showcase our company and our solution. Now is definitely a time to be creative and bold with your strategies as we enter a season that will likely define our year. Just a quick about us. Veryable began its journey as a tech startup back in 2017 when we developed an online marketplace with a complementary mobile application that instantly connects your distribution centers with warehouse workers at the click of a button. So think Uber in terms of marketplace concept and technology, but for distribution and warehouse labor only. So you, the business, go get the exact labor you need only when you need it, just like you would an Uber ride. And unlike temp staffing, it's a do-it-yourself platform designed to optimize distribution operations, unlock massive savings, and encourage new business growth. So we recently surveyed some of our business users to determine where they get the most value out of our platform. They responded with the ability to take on more orders and projects, and of course, to reduce costs, labor costs. In fact, to date, some of our most successful business users realize hundreds of thousands in savings at just one warehouse in the first 60 to 90 days, millions annually across multiple sites. This could easily be many of you, and we've certainly seen it with some of our big brands like Pepsi, Arctic, Medline Industries, Cons, all businesses with very large distribution networks. So let's jump right into why we're here today. A large group of retail distribution and supply chain in general is likely feeling increased operational capacity pressure due to COVID. Sure, states are reopening, supply issues are resolving, but demand continues to surge both in-store and online. As such, controlling labor costs will prove to be a huge challenge throughout the summer and possibly holiday season. So what's going on with retail right now? Well, you've likely got seasonal capacity to plan for, and perhaps you've got some pent-up demand from recent shutdowns, applying even more pressure on your warehouse capacity. In fact, we've found that the #1 fundamental constraint in operational capacity right now in this moment is not a lack of automation or machines, it's quick access to skilled labor. And your objective remains the same: increase operational speed at the lowest cost possible. Well, easier said than done, but the stakes are high if you don't. Retail is risking subpar lead times, inaccurate orders, curtailed customer confidence and loyalty, lost market share, and not to mention any of that pent-up demand and resulting revenue will cancel itself out if margins are eaten up by excessive labor costs. But Veryable is here to provide a path through that minefield. Retail needs a smart, fast, low-cost solution that enables you, the business, to flex labor capacity up or down at a moment's notice, at zero cost to scale, and certainly with zero risk. So let's dig into the Veryable concept, starting with the root problem. Distributors have traditionally been forced to plan capacity based on averages, but we all know our businesses do not fall into a straight line. So for example, this graph that you see here shows swinging demand against a static labor capacity. Inside those valleys, you're technically overstaffed, which means lost productivity, high labor cost per unit, and certainly diminished returns. Inside those peaks, you become understaffed, which means excessive overtime, order backlog, and missed revenue opportunities. Enter Veryable, an on-demand labor marketplace that enables a business to perfectly match labor to demand in real time. No more, no less. And our mission at Veryable is to empower distributors with a flexible labor solution that creates a win-win-win for the business, the labor force, and of course, your customer. And here's our solution. So businesses always have a portion of variable demand, whether it be daily, weekly, monthly, and it's impossible to maximize labor productivity with only a fixed workforce. And moving from the old labor paradigm on the left to a new one with variable means leveraging a dedicated on-demand labor pool as a flexible extension, not replacement of, a company's full-time employed workforce. So think of an on-demand labor pool as a bench of skilled, performance-rated workers that can be plugged in and out of your operations at a moment's notice, in turn perfectly matching labor capacity to swinging demand. And the concept of an on-demand labor pool and a marketplace is a key differentiator for us, Veryable. Staffing companies and the direct hire model are necessary, but if used exclusively, especially in this space, they lock businesses into certain fixed labor costs that limit flexibility and speed. And that's the power of Veryable. It provides you with unlimited, infinite flexibility. So on the left here, for the business through its mobile portal, this means immediate access to short cycle labor to meet and respond to fluctuating demand in real time. For the worker here on the right, through their smartphone app, this means immediate access to flexible work opportunities that match their skill set, their unpredictable schedule, and desire for daily pay. And as we approach the finish line here with this presentation, you may be wondering just how easy it is to get started. And my quick answer to that is very easy. Creating a business profile and portal takes less than a minute and it's completely free. After that, all you do to get started is post a workup, wait for a few worker bids, which is often instant, accept the bid and most appropriate worker based on ratings, experience, and proximity. And when the work is completed, you rate the worker and then we pay them for you next day. You're only financially responsible for the work that is completed satisfactorily. So that's it. But before we finish up with Q&A, let's take a quick 60-second video, peek at a 60-second video that shows you what that posting process actually looks like in your portal. And that's it. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much, Betsy. Let me ask you just one question. You know, this seems pretty easy to connect into. What are the biggest challenges that retailers or others who use your service find, and kind of how do you make sure that you stay ahead of those?
I think that there really, and this is going to sound silly, but there really are no challenges. It's a very seamless implementation, if at all. It really is like an Uber in technology. The biggest challenge is really kind of getting over that culture of full-time employment and leaning on this idea of building an on-demand labor pool to flex in and out based on demand. That's really the biggest challenge, is the mentality, not so much the technology.